Hello everyone. Let us talk about UNSC. It stands for United Nations Security Council. It was formed in the World War era to maintain global peace and international multilateralism. Currently, it is working on different things and which involve some crucial tasks of, uh, of selecting the UN Secretary General and also selecting the judges for International Court of Justice. So, hence, we can conclude that this body is very important for the working of the entire world. Currently, there are several question marks on the working of this body because it runs on its model of centralization of power. The power is very much centralized into the hands of a few countries. So the members in United Nations Security Council, that is UNSC, are 15 in number. Out of those, five are the permanent members, which are as the name suggests, which are permanent. But 10 are non-permanent members, which are elected for their terms for 2 years. The five permanent members are USA, UK, Russia, France, and China. So India is not a member of a UNSC uh, uh, permanent body, but currently India is playing the role of a non-permanent member. India is on its eighth term of being a non-permanent member of UNSC, and in the second year of the eighth term, because the non-permanent membership, uh, the, the the term of non-permanent membership is of 2 years. So India is in the second year, and we held this this responsibility of being a non-permanent member in January 2021. So so India is not there, and uh, but India's contribution and India's relation with the UNSC has been huge because India has maintained very crucial role in the peacekeeping in the African countries. Talking about the UN peacekeeping force that are also called the Blue Helmets, India participates a lot in them. Earlier, we were the number one nation to send our troops, but currently we are number three in in contributing in contributing the armed forces personnel as well as the police personnel in the UN peacekeeping force. 1.6 lakh troops are have served has served to the UNSC peacekeeping force, and that's why India stands third right now. Talking about the other credentials of India, so India is an important country in the world, but still it is not having the permanent membership in the UNSC because India is the country with 1.3 billion, which is huge. Soon we will see that India will be the most populated country. The most number of human lives in India in the world um, are in India, will be in India. So India is important therefore. Also, India's economic potential and India's currently economic standing is is very much indicates that India should be an integral member of such important institutions because currently India's economy stands fifth in the world, and but it is still in not the P5, that is the five permanent members. And India's economic potential is lot. In the coming financial year, India will be the fastest growing economy in the world. Also, India has a political stability, and India has also showed the maturity in taking decisions in the UN bodies. So that is why India is a strong contender of being a permanent member in the UNSC. But still, India is not becoming a permanent member because of the current members of the UNSC. Because it's a human tendency to not share power with others. So every country, be it our friend like USA or France, or our kind of enemies like China and Russia, which is very much inclined towards China. So any of the country, whether it is our friend or foe, anyone is not ready for the expansion of the P5, that is the permanent members, because and recently Joe Biden mentioned that he is not in the favor of the expansion of UNSC. So so this indicates that the task is not easy. But why permanent membership? Because permanent membership gives us a hold on gives us a very good hold on the policy making in the UNSC. And as we have seen that India has only served for about 15 to 16 years in the UNSC in its entire participation of 75 years. So that is quite less, but the permanent members are always there, and that is why their participation is huge. And the greatest factor is the veto power. Any resolution that has to be that is in front of the United Nations Security Council can be vetoed by any of the permanent members. So it is a huge power. And Russia, China, USA generally use this power to maintain their uh, to in their benefits. So this is why permanent membership is very important for India, but it is still not having, in spite of being very important. And there are a lot of issues about the United Nations Security Council as well, like the absence of text and records of meetings. So the meetings that are held in UNSC, there is an absence of a text and recording. Generally, those meetings are just abstract. Those meetings are not recorded as well, uh, because there are some issues like because they must be there must be secure meetings. So that is why no texts are maintained. But uh, in absence of texts and records, it is very difficult to manage such high level meetings where such important decisions are made. And also, there is an elitism. As I mentioned before, there is veto power to the permanent members, and that is why there is an elitism. uh, the other countries like the other countries which are about 187 in number in the UN are not able to take part actively. There is elitism among the countries. That is also a drawback of a UNSC, a challenge in front of UNSC. Also, in the current times, if we talk, then there is a lot of division in the five permanent members, because in the previous times when the world war was over, then there was a lot of peace, and the world powers used to stand with each other in many of the issues. Not much, because there was also India and USA and USSR was in cold war era. But if we compare those times to today, then there is a lot of division. The divisions have increased further. Like we all know about the polarization of countries in US. In Some countries are inclining towards USA, and some countries are inclining towards China. And also the ties between USA and France are not good, because of the recent nuclear deal that US did with Australia. And also, the stance of Russia in the world politics is also not clear, because it is slightly inclining towards China, but it is also trying to sell its weapon to countries like India and many other important countries. So that is why there is a lot of division in the current P5, and it is important that the expansion of this P5 should be done to make the system, to make the structure more stable. So the way forward is very clear. Democratization of UNSC, its permanent membership should be given to more countries, and the non-permanent members should be made more frequent. Other countries should be also given a good participation. And also, the expansion of UNSC, the other 187 countries must be given some rights. They must be given a way to speak, a chance to speak, and that is how all the issues will be resolved. India is looking forward, because India is in a very crucial time. Currently, we are in the non-permanent members, and we will be leading. We will be also leading the UNSC in a few months. So India can bring a resolution as UNSC reforms, in which the democratization and decentralization of power must be there. And also, the participation of India and its like-minded countries like Japan, Germany, Brazil, and Israel. So the participation of all these countries must be increased, or because that is in favor of the UNSC and its working, and also the democracy, because all these countries are good democracies. So that was all about UNSC. Thank you very much.